The Sigma male is his own man, defined by his own rules, even if those very same rules contradict societal standards. The essential quality that defines a Sigma man is his confidence in himself and what he wants from life. He does not have to be dominant or powerful to have this sense of self-assurance. He just needs to know where he stands with others and how to navigate his way through social interactions while still getting what he wants out of them. Sigma males are usually introverted thinkers who rely heavily on calculated risks rather than instincts when it comes time for action, although there can be exceptions. They don't take part in group wars, and they are their own individuals. While all of this sounds pretty good, Sigma males also have their downfalls. In this video, we will discuss 8 psychological traps that all Sigma males face at some point in their life, and the steps they can take to avoid them. They need to be aware of these pitfalls, so they can constantly move forward and not digress. 1. Underestimating their own potential. When a Sigma male has a goal or aspiration that he wants to achieve, he knows what it takes for him to get there. The only problem is that many Sigma men don't realize how much potential they have until they are either forced into action by circumstance, or their confidence has grown to the point where they feel like climbing higher up in life is the next logical step. They should never underestimate their own potential, because opportunities can come from anywhere at any time. They need to know that they can create a plan and achieve it in any situation. This is important because the Sigma man needs to have faith in himself when nobody else does, and when he finally succeeds, he can use that success as fuel for even more ambitious plans. 2. Missing the forest for the trees. Another important aspect of being a Sigma male is focusing on what's most important and not getting caught up in the little things that don't really matter. If you find yourself getting too deep into unimportant details, this may be a sign of poor self-discipline. Try to keep your life as simple as possible. Sometimes less really is more. This will allow you to see the bigger picture and come up with better ideas. More importantly, it will help you to save time. Sigma males usually go for what is practical, not necessarily flashy or popular. So when deciding whether to take on a task or commitment, ask yourself if it's really worth your time and energy. Also, remember that nothing in this world comes free. You will need to invest some of your own resources to get the outcome you want. 3. Assuming that fate controls everything. Sigma males understand that a lot of what happens in life is up to random chance and luck, but they also know that there are ways to control this luck by preparing yourself for it and finding ways to counteract the bad outcomes that may come. For example, during a job interview, the Sigma man has every tool available in his arsenal of tricks and skills. When he gets into that room with the interviewer, he will exude power and confidence through his body language and speech patterns. This will allow him to be as unattainable as possible, and he will stand out to the interviewer as someone who is not desperate for this job. 4. Overcompensation for faults. The most common psychological trap that Sigma males fall into is trying to overcompensate for their faults. They are usually not keen on following the crowd, and they have been called out by those who do conform to society's standards for being different from the group. This creates a form of insecurity around them, and many Sigma male attempts at overcompensation reflect this. They may attempt to stand out in weird ways that don't suit their personality, or they might even try and overcompensate by trying to fit into the crowd despite not wanting to. Sigma males should embrace their differences and find other Sigmas to interact and share their lives with. 5. Overfocus on short-term gratification. While short-term gratification is something that can be a good thing to strive for, the Sigma male must never forget the long-term repercussions of his actions. It's important to him that he gets what he wants in life, which is very important. But if he doesn't stay aware of how his actions might affect him in the long run, he might miss out on opportunities that will give him even greater short-term gratification. The Sigma male should always resist taking shortcuts through life, as those shortcuts will only lead to a dead end. Instead, he should stick to the path that has been laid out in front of him, as this path is more likely to lead him to his goal. 6. Lack of confidence in others. A major part of being a Sigma male is being able to step out on your own and have the self-confidence to do so. If you are constantly questioning other people's motives or worrying about whether you can trust them, this may be a sign that your internal compass has drifted towards the omega side of the scale. Think for yourself, and don't be too prideful to admit you were wrong. A real Sigma man understands that being wrong isn't something to be embarrassed about, but rather a lesson learned and a stepping stone towards improving his own abilities. 7. Holding a victim mentality. To be a Sigma male means to have a very specific, non-traditional outlook on life. This is what defines him as an individual and gives him his originality as well as his edge over alpha males. However, this can also lead to problems if he lets it. While being different from the majority is important in maintaining a Sigma personality, this mentality can be taken too far. If you feel like life has always been on your back, preventing you from being the person you want to be or achieving something meaningful in life, then this is what can hold you back. Sigma males are very successful individuals who have their own rules and power over themselves. They do not need to blame anyone else for anything and should not start doing so. 8. Refusing to acknowledge their impact on those around them. Everyone has an influence on those around them, whether they like it or not, and Sigma males should always keep this in mind. When they do not realize their impact on those around them, they miss out on opportunities to redirect the mood of a conversation, or pick up subtle social cues from those around them. This is especially important when it comes to their social circles, because if they fall into a rut of thinking that the only way to act is how they already act, then they will never see any room for growth within themselves or others. Being aware of your own impact on those you interact with not only shows good social skills, but also a huge amount of confidence in yourself. This is because the Sigma man must always be thinking ahead, even in situations where he thinks he does not need to. There are many traps in life that can lead the Sigma male off of his path in life, so he must be aware of these pitfalls and steer clear. Staying focused on the things that actually matter in life is one of the most difficult challenges that many people face, but it's also one of the easiest if done correctly. Attention to awareness is the key for both short-term and long-term gratification, so when he keeps his eye on these targets, he will always stay true to himself.